Welcome back to the CryptoBot channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the price of Bitcoin is rebounding after running into this important range of support. And due to this, there is now a much larger pattern forming on this daily time frame, which I'll talk more about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, it's important to understand that as of right now, the larger trend at play here on the daily Bitcoin chart is still a bearish trend, because at least as of right now, we currently do not have any confirmation signals for a bullish trend reversal on these larger timeframes. But what is potentially forming here on the daily Bitcoin chart is a bullish divergence, because currently we have lower lows in the daily candle closes in the price action and higher lows in the daily Bitcoin RSI. So once again, that is a bullish divergence, and what it means is that we're due to see reduced bearish momentum, which normally plays out in the form of either choppy sideways price action or a slight bullish relief. But it is important to mention that as of recording this video, technically speaking, this bullish divergence on the daily time frame isn't yet confirmed, because we still need to see this daily candle close in the green. And in case you're wondering, this next daily candle close is in just a few hours from now, so by the time you're watching this video, it might have already happened. And so basically, for as long as this daily candle closes in the green in a few hours from now at the time of recording this video, then once again, that would technically confirm this bullish divergence in place. And technically speaking, that would mean that we're most likely due to play out either some sideways price action or a slight bullish relief, basically reduced bearish momentum, so not as much downside price action. And generally speaking, a bullish divergence on the daily time frame lasts for roughly around a week or so before it begins to fade away. And now if you zoom out to the weekly Bitcoin chart, we still have a potential bullish divergence forming here, although we still need to see another green weekly candle close, and the next weekly candle close doesn't happen until around 5 days from now. And so once again, this pattern is still forming, but it hasn't yet been confirmed on the weekly time frame. And now if you zoom into the short term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously we can see here that over the last 1 day, the price of Bitcoin has run into this range of support, which I've been talking about on this channel for well over a week now. But in case you're new to this channel, this range of support is coming into play in between around 15.7k to 15.8k approximately, and that's pretty much exactly where we got a bounce if you're looking at the 4-hour candle closes on this chart. And also over the last 1 day, the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI briefly entered into oversold territories, which technically means we had limited room to the downside in the short term, and we're due to see a bit of a reset in this RSI. And so far today, that's pretty much exactly what we have seen. And it's due to these reasons as to why I said in my last video that personally I would not be entering into a new short position here, because the time for a short position was right back here as we broke below this level of support, as I also said on the channel back then. But once again, entering a short position as the price is running into support is not really a good idea and can be very risky, which is once again what I said yesterday, and this is why. But now that this has already played out, what can we expect moving forward? And well, personally, I'm remaining somewhat neutral in the short term, so not overly bullish or overly bearish, because if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin price oscillators, right now the RSI has basically reset back towards its neutral level. And if you're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, just now this is potentially experiencing a bullish cross, but technically speaking, we still need to see this 4-hour candle close to actually confirm this bullish cross. But if that happens, then technically that is a short-term bullish signal, although as of right now, we still don't have a lot of bullish momentum showing up in the MACD so far. And if you're looking at the last time that happened, that was right back here where we saw a drop in the price of Bitcoin, a rebound, and then we basically chopped around sideways for quite a bit longer. And essentially in the short term, overall, the price was very neutral. We weren't really bullish or bearish. We were basically chopping around sideways. And as of right now, based on the fact that the price of Bitcoin is still respecting these support and resistance zones, and also based on the fact that the price oscillators in the short term look somewhat neutral, I am still currently expecting some more choppy sideways price action in between this price range right here as the most likely scenario moving forward in the short term, talking about the next few days, for example. example. And in case you're wondering, this range of resistance is coming into play in between around 16.9k up to 17k. And once again, this range of support is sitting at around 15.7k up to 15.8k approximately. And if you want to know how to make a lot of money in crypto during a choppy sideways price range like this, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more. But first, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And over the last one day, the price of ETH has dropped back down almost towards this Fibonacci level. But so far, we've come a little short because this Fibonacci level of support is sitting at around 1050 to 1060. But so far, as I've recorded this video, the price of ETH has bounced from around 1070, so around $10 to $20 off this important line of support. And now, even though we do not have a bullish divergence forming here for ETH on the daily time frame, because we don't currently have lower lows in the daily candle closes, despite that being the case, if you're looking at the daily Ethereum MACD, if you're looking at the histogram within this MACD indicator, this is currently showing reduced bearish momentum anyway. And usually what this means is that we're due to see a bit of a pause within this bearish trend that we've been in for a while now, because yes, obviously the larger trend at play here on the daily time frame is still technically a bearish trend. It's just in the somewhat shorter term relative to the daily time frame, talking about a few days, maybe even over a week or so, we could be due to play out a pause in this bearish trend, kind of like back here, for example. Obviously, that still occurred within this bearish trend, but in that more shorter term time period relative to the daily time frame, the bearish trend had basically paused. And now, considering the price of ETH has already confirmed to break below this golden pocket, this should now be acting as new resistance again. If we see a bit more of a bounce here, once again, we could have resistance at around 1.2k approximately based on this golden pocket. But anyway, zooming into the short term, looking at the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, and over the last one day, the price of ETH has just missed this technical price target, which was sitting at around 1060. And once again, as I just mentioned earlier, the price of ETH so far has bounced at around 1070. So at least at the time of recording this video, from this break to the downside, instead of playing out a full 11% drop, we only played out a 10% drop, which obviously if you ended up shorting that move either way, a 10% drop or an 11% drop, either way would have been a very good trade with a short position. And once again, as I also said in my last video that I posted yesterday on the channel, personally, I stay away from entering into new short positions down here after the price has already dumped if I miss that trade, for example. And this is why I said that, because we normally see bounces like this after the price dumps and also as we're running into support. And on top of that, over the last one day, the 4-hour Ethereum RSI briefly entered into oversold territories, telling us that we have somewhat limited room to the downside, at least just in the short term. And so once again, it's due to all of those reasons as to why it can be dangerous and risky to enter into a trade late after the price has already played out most of the break. But obviously, that's just letting you know what I personally do with my own trades, and that should not be taken as personal financial advice for you, because I do not know your personal financial situation. And as for the most likely scenario, at least just in the short term for the price of ETH, it's basically very similar to the price of Bitcoin in the short term. Once again, it's very likely that we're going to continue to see some more choppy sideways price action for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, at least just in the short term. And now, if you want to know how to easily make a lot of money in crypto during a choppy sideways price range like this, for example, then make sure to check out the video popping up in the bottom left of your screen right now, because that video right there, once again, shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is chopping around sideways. And in case you're wondering, the video in the top left of your screen shows you how to make money in crypto if the price is either trending bullish or bearish. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.